then she was everybody's favorite Hindu Indian prosecutor and attorney general and senator, and now she becomes black. But, you know, I met her daddy, fine gentleman, Professor Harris. And the problem with her being black is Professor Harris says he's Caucasian, mixed Irish and Hindu. He doesn't have any black ancestors, but his Irish ancestors owned a lot of slaves in Jamaica and had them to work on plantation. So if mama is on the birth certificate listed as a Caucasian, daddy says he's a Caucasian Hindu and has no black ancestors, how did she get to be black?
Yeah.
And then she was
Shalom. Call HALAL, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. That's giving all praise to the Most High. In the name of His only begotten Son, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Double honors to our teachers, the elders, and apostles of Great Millstone, who taught us His truth and sincerity. Peace and salutations to the hopeful scattered abroad. And real quick, I want to go into this video, this clip that you just seen with this is Judge Joe Brown has an excellent question. How did Kamala Harris become black? All right, and this is an important question because you got all these jakes that's out here talking about they voting for Kamala Harris and she a black woman and she the first black woman. That this individual, which we ain't even black, by the way. I got to make that statement. But for those that are new, okay, Kamala Harris ain't black. Which the black people who you ignorantly call black are the children of Israel from the tribe of Judah. American blacks are the children of Israel from the tribe of Judah. All right, but Kamala Harris is a heathen. Her father is a Hindu. All right, let me I got some more clips. All right, let me see what else I got. Let me play this first because this is what she had at her rally, which is a complete just madness.
Hey! 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 Yeah.
So you see right there in the back it says Kamala Harris for president, which really right now she's already the president. All right, she's the vice president so-called. But really, she's already the president because they're saying this guy Joe Biden, he stepped down, he's pretty much dead. She's already the president, all right. And what could possibly happen with this whole thing that's happening in you know over there in Hezbollah or in Palestine right now in Iran with Israel is before this election we might be in all-out war. Okay, they might come to all-out war and she stays in office. All right, which is going to make these Republicans, these Edomites, piss the fuck off. All right, they got ammunition vending machines popping up, and what I believe this is the reason why they're doing this as well is because the reason why she's claiming she's black now is because they're going to find a way to flip all this on you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native Indians, on you so-called black people, okay, as they call us. They're going to try to find a way to flip all this on us. And if Kamala Harris get in office, that's going to be a hell of a fuel to start jumping on you niggas. You know, the whole Democratic Party is, basically, a bunch of niggas. Okay? And that's why she got Megan Thee Stallion, which both they ass are liars, up, performing at her rally, man. She's saying a bunch of black terms. Like my friend Quavo said, he don't walk it like he talk it, or some shit she said. Lord, I can find a video. I know I got it here somewhere. This is off of X. But let's play some more.
Look at how I brought it back. Ate it up and gave it back. Yeah, you look good, but they still wanna know.
I don't want to see this whole thing, man. I'm just showing you a few clips.
They gon' click it if it's me. All my pieces been getting these through the.
Alright, so this is her, it says hoes for Harris take the stage for her rally in Atlanta. Right, so this is, her pretty much trying to claim or say she's black. Now listen what Trump had to say too.
Some of your own supporters, including Republicans on Capitol Hill, have labeled Vice President Kamala Harris, who is the first black and Asian American woman to serve as vice president and be on a major party ticket, as a DEI hire. Is that acceptable language to you? And will you tell those Republicans and those supporters to stop it?
How do you?
Now, before I go any further, I want to say, because I want to grab these scriptures as well, but I'm gonna quote them real quick. Scripture says, "Judge not according to appearance," man. All right, just because Kamala Harris so-called look black doesn't mean she's one of our people. All right, and our people are simple as hell, and then they just go for anything. Same thing with Obama. Obama, though he has, you know, a darker complexion, he is not an Israelite. He is a Hamite, okay? His father's a Hamite. And you are what your father is. Let's play some more.
Define DEI. Go ahead. How do you define
Diversity, equity, inclusion.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Is that what your definition?
That is
Give me a
literally
definition
the words
then. Would you give me a definition
DEI.
of that? Give me a definition of
Sir,
that.
I'm asking you a question,
No,
a
you
very
have to
direct
define
question.
it. Define it for me if you
I
would.
just defined it, sir. Do you believe that Vice President Kamala Harris is only on the ticket because she is a black woman?
Well, I can say no. I think it's maybe a little bit different. So, I've known her a long time indirectly, not directly, very much, and she was always of Indian heritage, and she was only promoting Indian heritage. I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black.
Which East Indians, she, you know, and I remember when her and Biden so-called won the election, you had those East Indians over there, they were celebrating, which those people are disgusting and filthy. All right, they literally worship shit, okay? But they were celebrating, okay? Which, by the way, there's a show out called The Boys, and they had an election going too. And the person who was running the female candidate for the election was a female candidate for the election of president, and she was a so-called Indian woman as well. I just thought that was weird. It just came to my mind, so I figured I'd mention it.
Black, and now she wants to be known as black. So I don't know, is she Indian or is she black?
She is always
But you know
identified
what?
as a black woman. She went to a historically black college.
I respect either one, but she obviously doesn't, because she was Indian all the way, and then all of a sudden she made a turn and she became a black person.
Just to be clear, sir, do
And
you
I
believe
think,
that
I think
she is
somebody should look into that too when you ask continue in a very hostile, nasty tone.
It's a direct question, sir. Do you believe that Vice President Kamala Harris is a DEI hire, as some
I
Republicans
really don't
have
know.
said?
I mean, I really don't know. Could be. There are some.
All right, so there's another video. Here we go.
This woman right here, she is not one of us. They not like us. But you don't care because she look like us. This is an Indian woman. Her mother and father are from India, but
So there you go. All right, her mother and father right there. I don't know where they put the.
she telling you that he's Jamaican because he has. They not like us. But you don't care because she look like us. This is an Indian woman. Her.
All right, so those are her parents. All right, her parents are not Israelites. Her parents are heathens. Okay, I'm just showing you these clips.
Mother and father are from India, but she telling you that he's Jamaican because he has nationality in Jamaica. A European could live in Africa and have nationality, but that don't make them African. Because black people, we go off a race, but they trick
And we ain't Africans.
you because you don't do the research. Do you know why she was brought in? She was brought in to secure the black vote because she looked like us. She even had an interview where they asked her, what would you do specifically for black people? And she said nothing.
By default, it affects black families, but there's not a particular policy for African Americans that you use for.
So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people.
Why do we ignore
You heard that,
Families,
bro?
but there's not a particular policy.
Look at this demon. All right. First of all, when she was attorney, she pretty much, you know, locked up, I believe, what, like 400 black men, you know, so-called black men, or some crazy number of so-called black men, on, you know, bullshit charges, man. All right. So she done locked Jake up. She hate Jake just as much as, you know, these Edomites. And you niggas are losing your mind for this person, man. Or this individual, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. All right? Let's play some more.
For African Americans that you use for.
So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people.
Right. Of course not. Of course not. But they signed bills to protect only Asian people.
I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people.
Why do we ignore information and choose to complain about the outcome when we already had the information? Niggas, it's time to become royalty. Sync with the frequency.
Okay, just in case you did not know it, on yesterday, Kamala Harris had a rally.
Wow. I ain't even got this video lined up, but it says the Democratic Party paid the homeless to fill up the Atlanta Harris for president rally. So they had homeless people in there. There's so much stuff going on, man. There's so much stuff going on, and you got to be really circumspect in these last days. You cannot be ignorant.
This woman right here,
All right.
she is not
Now,
one of
she even said in one of her rallies, oh, they not like us. Well, you're not one of us.
We're gonna cook today.
Okay.
Okay, so what we're going to cook today is an Indian recipe.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
you are Indian.
Yes.
Okay, and I don't know that everybody knows that, but I find that wherever I go and I see Indian people at the supermarket, on the street, everyone's like, you know Kamala Harris is Indian, right? It's like the thing we're so excited about.
Let me say this. They not putting no nigga in office, bro. They not putting no nigga in office. No nigga has ever been in office, man. All right? They're not just going to take a so-called black person to put him in that seat. No, they're going to give you somebody who will look like a black person. Okay, everything that glitters ain't gold and everything that's brown ain't Jake.
You running for president.
Yeah.
So we're both Indian,
Yes.
but actually we're both South Indian.
Yes. You look like the entire one half of my family.
Okay, thank you.
You do.
I've been telling people
You
we're
do.
related already,
Yeah.
so this is perfect. It's basically true. And so were you raised eating South Indian food?
South Indian food.
Okay, so
There
what
you go, man. All right, let's grab a few scriptures. Jumping right to the point. All right. It says, Salakia. Go to Numbers 1 and 18. It says, Numbers chapter 1, verse 18. It says, and they assembled the congregation together on the first day in the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers. So whatever your father is, that's what you are. We should know this by now. There is no such thing as mixed. There is no such thing as being half this and half that. You are what your father is. It says, according to the number of the names from 20 years old and upward by their polls. Now let's go into this word pedigrees, because you see this when it comes to, there's a whole food brand called pedigree for dogs. Because that goes into what your lineage, pretty much your ancestry, what stock you come from. Okay, I believe this is it right here. It says no, that's not it. Let me see. Bear with me 1 second. They declared their pedigrees. It says let me find the best one. Here we go. It says, to bear young, causatively to beget, medically to act as midwife. Here's the point, specifically to show lineage. All right, to show your lineage or where you come from. All right, that's what that's what your pedigree does. And when we go into the NLT, bringing it back, it says, Numbers chapter 1, verse 18, and they assembled the whole community of Israel on that very day. All the people were registered according to their ancestry. Okay, your ancestry by their clans and families. The men of Israel who were 20 years old and or older were listed one by one. Okay, so your pedigree, okay, or your lineage is determined by the house of your father. Okay, whoever your father is. All right, whatever your father is, that's what you are. John chapter 7, verse 24. Let's grab it here. Whatever your father is, that's what you are. Whether you believe it or not, whether you can understand it or not, it doesn't matter. Okay, but that's just what it is. All right, you are what your father is. Now, the small hats, the so-called Jewish people, they say that you are what your mother is, which is just confusion. That's what they do. They cause a bunch of confusion. So, John chapter 7, verse 24. It says, judge not according to the appearance, but judge righteous judgment. All right, so in the NLT it says, look beneath the surface so you can judge correctly. So you can't just look at the way somebody looks, just like how we can't determine somebody to be an Edomite by their skin color, or the way they look. We can't determine somebody to be a Jake by their skin color or the way they look, man. All right, you got a bunch of Hamites that's dark as hell, but that don't mean they are people, man. All right, and I've dealt with a Hamite woman before. She was actually Sudanese, they're the modern day Egyptians, and she was Jake. She wasn't Jake. Slip of the tongue. She, really, to me personally, she acted more like a white woman, a black white woman. But it was just a difference. I noticed a difference between her and Jake. Well, let me grab that too. Let me grab that too, man. I'll close out with that. And I told her this because the bitch got out her, said some slick shit to me, and I told her, hold up, bitch. Hold up, bitch. Don't you ever run your mouth. I don't know, I'm spelling this wrong. Don't you ever, fix your mouth against me. All right, you a damn Hamite. Exodus chapter 11, verse 7, but against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast, that ye may know that you may know how the Lord Yahawashi doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel. So though we both have dark skin, we are not the same people. The Lord puts a difference between us. I noticed that with her. She was, she was a whole different people, and in the kingdom of heaven, we gonna deal with all these nations, man. We gonna deal with all these nations, women. All right, but Israel is Israel, and heathen is heathen. All right, she was definitely a heathen. But just like the Chinese and the Japanese ain't the same people, well, guess what? The Israelites and the African and the Hamites ain't the same people. All right, so Kamala Harris, though she has the dark skin, though she may come as the appearance of a so-called black woman, they say how she went to, she declares herself as a people of color. She went to a black college. That's because in this world, as long as you have color, you're so-called black. No, that's not according to the scriptures. You are what your father is, and whatever your father is, that you are. Okay? This thing ain't about, and the Lord is only dealing with the children of Israel. All right? He's not, which is why we're in the position that we're in now. Let me see. Let's go to Amos. All right? And you don't see these other nations. Even if they do look like us, they're not going through the same shit that we're going through. Okay? It says, Amos chapter 3, verse 1, it says, hear this word that the Lord YAHWAH has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up out of the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth, therefore I will punish you for all your iniquity. So the Lord only knows Israel. He's only concerned with Israel. Okay, and that's the only people we should be concerned with as well. Scriptures also says, let me grab it real quick. Salaki, I know I got to get back to work, but it's Deuteronomy 17. Deuteronomy 17, verse 15. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom Yahweh thy power shall choose, one from among thy brethren, and not even sister. And a woman is not supposed to be in a position of power. Shalt thou set king over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother, in this case, sister. So you're not supposed to set a stranger over you. All right, you're not supposed to, look to another nation, to be a leader over you, man. That's off. All right, that's off. And these last days, this bullshit is being confounded and destroyed, man. That's the point, though. Shalom. Kwame Shalom.